You just give me the keys and walk out. It's that easy.
Not that easy. For God's sake, Antonio.
I thought you'd be glad.
That Hesser calls and you run over there to say, yes, sir?
No, I went there to tell him he was wasting his time.
You told him that before. You told him that you were through. What does he care? He's out to make you just like him. Put you in his pocket.
You still don't get it, do you? You still don't know me. After all this time, nothing. You'll never understand. I don't know what made me think you ever could.
Tina, honey, I don't have time for this.
Yes, you do, Vicki. Yes, you do. Listen, I want you to listen to me. Everybody in town has read the third absolutely disgusting installment of Durant's horrible book. And after the way they describe the character based on you, everybody thinks that you are Vanessa King. I mean, look at right here. Whose lack of fashion sense sets a new standard for dull, frumpy women from coast to coast. Don't try and tell me that doesn't upset you.
Well, quite frankly, I'm certainly not going to waste my energy being upset over something that I have not even read.
And if Doreen were to come in here right now?
I wouldn't say a word about all that ridiculous nonsense.
Oh, you wouldn't, huh?
No, I most certainly wouldn't. I really wouldn't have any time. Because I'd be much too busy strangling the witch.
Oh. Excuse me. Hi there. I got this today in the mail, and I wondered if it was for real. Can you help me? It came along with this letter that said either I had to use it before 12 o'clock or it wouldn't be good anymore. Is that right?
Well, this is one of our gift certificates, but they're good anytime, any day. Your certificate's real, but the message that came with it certainly is not from our store.
Well, then who sent it? I did. Well, Dorian. All right. What's going on?
Are you telling me that Dylan may never walk again?
Well, they're not sure, but that's
They're
what
not sure. That means there's hope, right?
Well, Patrick, it's a possibility, but it's small. I mean, that's what my sources are saying. And Look, I know that it changes everything. I know that you were hoping that Marty would find the right time to tell Dylan that she's leaving. But you don't believe that she's going to do that now, do you?
Marty, give me an answer either way. Do you plan on being with Patrick Thornhart or not?
Dylan, why are you asking me that?
Because I want an answer.
Dylan,
Just answer the question.
how could you think for a minute that I would leave you at a time like this? I'm going to be here doing all I can for you. I'm going to help you in any way I can.
And afterwards, when I'm back on my feet again, what happens then?
You keep saying that I don't understand you. That's your fault if that's true. You don't want to be understood. You know, you like your secrets. So much. In fact, you went on keeping them after you promised me that you wouldn't. You want the truth, Antonio? I understand you a lot more than you've even tried understanding me. I was very clear with what I felt I needed from you.
Clear to who, Andy? To you, maybe?
No secrets. I spelled that out.
Yeah, you did. And I blew it. I'm sorry. I messed up. So you're gonna throw everything out over that?
I just don't want to live like that anymore. I need to be able to trust who I'm going to share my life with. And you don't share back, and I don't have to put up with that. I was married to a man who treated me that way, and I'm not going to go back to that.
All right. Forget it. You're right, Andy. You're right. You know, every time something goes wrong, We go back to the same place we started, having the same conversation. Maybe we're finally seeing the picture. I don't fit in your world, and you definitely don't belong in mine. We're too far apart.
You're right, Blair. There's no choice. Margaret has to stay with him now because Dylan needs her.
I'm sorry. I know what that means.
It means you have to wait. That's what it means.
Patrick.
Our plans are delayed, that's all, Blair.
But...
Not asking Margaret to leave him now. I don't expect her to. It's not the woman she is. It's not the woman I love. She married Dylan Moody, mistake or not. That means something. And she'll stay with him and see him through this.
Okay, you know, if you say so, and believe me, for your sake, I hope that you're right, but
About what, Blair?
Nothing.
Blair, finish your thought.
No,
What?
I don't want to see you get hurt again.
What makes you think that's going to happen?
Because I've known Marty much longer than you have, and she is afraid, and that's how she makes all of her decisions, out of fear. I mean, you can accept now that she's going to stay with Dylan now, but I say that she's never going to leave him. I mean, you said so yourself, that he is her husband, and that's a perfect excuse for her to stay. Patrick, she's never going to leave him.
You know, Blair, you've said all that before. You told me the same thing when we were up in Lantana Mountain. I was waiting for her to come to me.
Well, yeah, I know that.
But you had a great reason not to show up, right? Because it was Dylan that was hurt the same day. It wasn't about her being afraid, about her not loving me, was it now? Why do you bring up all this foolishness, Blair? What is it? What? What? What are you after?
Dylan.
Just answer me, Marty. What's gonna happen to us when I get out of here?
Let's just concentrate on getting you well first, okay?
No, I'll get myself well. Now, when everything's back to normal, I want to know if you're gonna be around or not. You can't even answer me, can
It's just hard to know how long that...
you? Just get out of here.
What?
Get out. Leave.
But... Dylan, don't do this.
Don't do what? Ask you a question you can't even give me an answer to?
No, Dr. Robbins said that you should...
Leave!
Please don't.
Dylan, please stop. Please do not...
Just get out!
Mr. Moody, what's wrong? Pressure's 190 over 120. Easy. Get some anesthetic.
Get out of here.
Gram sublingual.
I don't want any more drugs.
Take a manual pressure. Let's get those numbers checked out. Marty, please wait outside. Dylan, you have to calm down.
I don't want you in here. Not until you can give me an answer.
It'll be best for everyone. Please leave, Marty. He doesn't want you here.
What's going on? I'm here to shop. And knowing how much you love shopping.
You tricked me into being here.
Yes. Oh, I knew this would look fabulous on you the minute I laid eyes on it. Oh, Kelly. I just wanted to show my niece how much she means to me.
I think she already knows.
It's a novel. Okay, it's not my autobiography. I just made up all those characters.
You really think I'm Alina, don't you? Well, P.S. I am not. Vicky isn't Vanessa King. Joey is not Jamie or James. And I am not as dumb as you wrote me, Dorian. The names that you made up, it doesn't matter. Those people were real. Admit it.
All right. Fine. You're Alina. Or Alina's you. Or what does it matter? I think she's adorable. At least that's the way that I wrote her.
Adorable. Okay, you're right. Like a lobotomized puppy, Dorian.
Why don't you wear something like this, darling? No one will confuse you with... Elena?
I am not for sale. I am not on sale either.
Fine. Uh-huh. How about this? Ooh, my. It's not on sale.
That is not my style. And that is not my color. You obviously don't know me as well as you think you do.
What's wrong with it?
Only everything.
Okay, try it on. Show me. That way, the next time I try to bribe you, it won't be with the wrong kind of dress.
Fine. Not that we are actually going to buy it. Not that I am actually going to let you.
No, of course not.
Tina, honey, I don't know about this.
Come on, I do know about that. You just try it on, and I promise you will look and feel so good that you won't even care about Doreen's book.
I already feel good.
Okay, well, please, just try it on for me, then. If there's one thing I do know how to do, it is shop. At least this way I can help you, and I won't mess this up, just like everything else.
What are you talking about?
Oh, come on, Vicki. After you've had me work at the banner the last few months, do I really need to explain that?
But, sweetheart, working in the mailroom, delivering the mail, well, I mean, that's a much more difficult job than it would appear to be.
Months, Vicki. Months.
And most of the mail ends up where it belongs.
What about the paychecks that I lost? Did they ever turn up?
We avoided them. It wasn't a problem at all. They were reissued. In fact, accounting sent down the replacement checks yesterday. You delivered them in the afternoon mail.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, good. You know when I used to write the advice to the Lovelorn column years ago?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mess that up too badly, did I?
You know what? I'm going to try this on, and then at least one of us will feel better.
Which one?
I'm not after anything, Patrick. I just thought that maybe you might need somebody to talk to. I was just trying to help you.
I don't need any help, thank you.
Well, fine. You know, if you want to be alone, why don't you just say so?
I thought I just did. I'm sorry.
No,
There it
please,
is.
don't apologize.
I'm just tired.
Look, I'm fine. All right? And you are obviously fine, so I'll just head back to work.
Please. Forgive me.
Look, Patrick, it's forgotten, okay? But if you ever do need a friend, you know where you can find me.
I'll remember that.
Got it? Blair? Patrick? You know, I really wasn't expecting to see either of you here.
Well, we're just here because we're concerned about Dylan. I mean, I guess that's why you're here, too.
How is he doing?
Well, from what we've gathered, that it's not looking too good.
I'm sorry to hear that. Look, there is no right way to phrase this, so I'm just going to come out and say it plain. For Dylan's sake, for Marty's sake, I really don't think the two of you should be here right now.
Andrew, I'm just here to see what I can do to help.
Blair, I think you're here to help yourself. And you're not the one that we're worried about today.
Margaret,
Would you talk to him? Would you talk to Dylan? I have to get out of here, and he's upset.
All right. Yes, of course. I'll do whatever I can, Marty. All right, you take care of yourself.
Okay, thank you. Take the stairs. Let go of me.
Come on.
No, let go of me.
It's okay.
No.
Come on, I can't. I tried.
Let go.
inside, okay? Come on. Come on. Why are you fighting, huh? Why are you fighting when you don't want to win? Come on. Here, sit down. I can't fight it either. I make you crazy, and you make me crazy. We gotta find a way to work this out. I don't know how, but we have to. I don't know what to do. You want me in your life, and I want you in mine. You need me, and I need you too.
Okay.
Okay, what?
What do we do now?
Well, those numbers are looking a lot better. Look, I'll make a deal with you. You take it easy, and I leave you alone. How's that?
Yeah, whatever.
I'll check in on you later.
Dylan? Dylan, I ran into Marty and she's pretty upset. I thought maybe you and I could have a talk. Thought that it might be helpful.
Say it. Whatever it is, I'll do it. Marty?
Max.
The last person I expected to see here. Must be good news, huh?
What?
Well, Dylan, what'd the doctor say?
All right, what do you think?
Honestly? This is not something that I would ever have picked out for myself, but I think I like it. I'll buy it.
No, no, you can't do that. Well, it's the wrong color.
What are you talking about? You picked it out. Besides, it's blue. I like blue. I look good in blue.
Yeah, but blue makes you look a little older, and blue doesn't bring out the inner child in you.
Which inner child, Tommy or Princess? Vicky. Tina, I'm kidding. Come on, listen. The suit is fine, okay? Just the way it is. Anyone suffering from DID does not need help bringing out their inner child, believe me.
Well, all right, but just believe me. I want you to just try a red one.
Red?
Okay? Yes, that's what I want you to do, okay?
Red?
Red.
I like blue.
I am just trying this on. I refuse to be bought. You can't hate me forever.
Don't count on it. I have a natural talent that way.
You and your so-called book will ruin a lot more than my reputation with the people who don't know me.
You know, it is already starting. Joey and I, every time we are together, we can't talk about anything else but that stupid book. Nothing's right anymore. Nothing feels the same.
Give it time. This too shall pass.
Not if Joey stays angry, it won't. He's like a different person whenever he hears your name.
Joe has no reason to be unhappy about that book. He comes off best of all.
Hello? His family doesn't, especially his mother. Wrapped in a tattered white Haversham gown, wandering the halls of the Mayfair Hospital, hopelessly mad.
All right. If I had wanted to be vindictive, there are any number of very true, hair-raising stories that I could have told. In fact, I left out some of the juiciest stories out of the book. Okay. If you are interested, however, I will tell you some truths about Victoria Lord Riley Buchanan Carpenter.
Patrick.
Andrew was right. Shouldn't have come here. Only made it harder for her.
Oh, come on. Don't blame yourself. How could you not want to see her, knowing the way that you feel about her? Maybe she did need to see you. And that there was something that she needed you to do for her. I mean, you would never have known that if you hadn't have come to see, right?
Yeah.
I guess what I don't understand is just how she reacted when she did see you. It's like she deliberately didn't want to say anything to you. Didn't you think it was like she was trying to ignore you? I mean, she does know how you feel about her, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense, I mean, why she would be so cruel. There's got to be some reason that Marty didn't want to talk to you suddenly.
I just can't decide.
Take them both. You look equally fabulous in them. You can't make a bad choice.
The floral one. No question. Floral.
It really isn't my style.
Oh, come on, trust me on this one. This color will bring out your color. And the cuff on this dress, you can see it's going to accentuate the positives. Well, just think about it. What's really making you think about buying the dress?
I don't think I was thinking when I picked it up.
Yes, exactly. It was an impulse, a free moment instinct. And what are you doing now?
Thinking about it?
Exactly. I mean, what happened to follow your bliss? It was your deepest, wisest, best self that picked that dress out. I mean, once you put that on, you're going to get in touch with that spontaneous side of you. You buy that dress, and I guarantee you won't regret it.
I'll take it.
Well, what can I say? I know how to shop. And my sister Vicky, she's going to be equally as excited, and she's going to thank me because I dragged her out here. I just feel it.
You cannot begin to imagine the horrors that twisted, pathetic woman has put me through over the years. Why, I have been hounded in ways, harassed to degrees which, by rights, should have made me as nuts as she is.
For no reason.
Oh, come on. She declared war on me from the moment that I married her father. Then she decided that I had murdered him. She spread that disgusting lie from one end of this town to another for decades. Until, of course, she realized that she herself had snuffed out his dear, precious life.
Well, she didn't remember, right? That's what Joey said. That Vicky didn't kill anyone. It's one of her personalities.
Mm-hmm. One person, one body, and they are all Vicky.
Look, that doesn't sound right. And even if it were true,
she is not the victim here, all right? She is nobody's victim. I have been the victim. Do I need to remind you? Oh, my goodness. I was nearly killed when I was shoved down a flight of stairs. I was kidnapped. I was locked up in a secret room underneath Landfair. Oh, and let's not forget all of the time which I spent on death row waiting to be executed. And that's just for starters. And all thanks to Miss, oh, pity me, poor little me of the manor. That blue-blooded phony. Honestly, she deserves every bit of suffering which my little manuscript might be bringing her. Truly. Oh, don't look at me that way. I would happily say all of that right into her smug, sanctimonious face.
Seems to me you've pretty much had the pleasure of that already. And since I have you here, there happen to be a few little things that I want to say to you. Would you kindly excuse us? This won't take long.
Honey, here's my credit card, okay? Why don't you buy yourself that cute little dress?
Oh, well, you know, I don't even know if I like the dress.
I know. Go and buy it, Kelly, and don't come back.
I'll meet you in the coffee shop. Well, what a nice surprise.
Oh, I'll bet. I'll just bet. Why in God's name did I ever think that things had changed between us?
What you think is up to you, and of course, all your many inner voices.
You know, you were kind. You were even helpful when I found out what my father had done to me, how he died and who killed him. No one else could possibly have understood. No one but you could possibly have known what he was like, what it was like to live with him in that house. And even though we had that in common, I knew we would never be close.
God forbid.
God forbid. God forbid. But I did hold out a hope that it might have been enough reason for us to put the hatred and the anger aside and just move on.
You must have had me confused with someone else.
Oh, I definitely did that because you haven't changed one bit. You are still the same small-minded, vicious, vindictive, self-centered wretch of an infant that you have always been.
Well, I know what I am. And I'm at peace with what I am, and I shall remain what I am. And you will remain the same smug, sanctimonious, patronizing prig that you have always been. I think we've gotten that straight. I'm going to go catch up with my niece.
I don't think so, Dorian. You see, I'm not finished.
What?
This is hopeless, Antonio. What are we doing? We both know that we can't live with each other. The problem is we can't live without each other. Tell me you weren't expecting a phone call.
Whoever it is, it's not Carlo. Hello? Yeah, right. I'm on my way. All right. No choice, Detective. When that phone call comes, there's no excuses. I've got to go.
I'm not laughing, Antonio.
Okay. That was my mother. I'm due at the diner.
Oh, God.
Honey, Carlo's not gonna call. He's got a lot of bigger things on his mind than me. But you're a detective. And it's your job to go after him. So he might make it his job to decide to hit back.
I'm a cop. I can take care of
myself. Right. Maybe we should work on taking care of each other without driving each other up a wall. I wish I could see us from somebody else's eyes. What a pair.
I love you, Antonio.
Te amo, Andrea. Te adoro. We'll make it work somehow. I promise.
Dylan?
I'm not in the mood to talk, Andrew.
I know, but... You know, sometimes it's good putting those feelings into words.
Sometimes.
Dylan, don't give up, okay? Don't give up, and I know you figure that's pretty easy for me to say, but this I know. Sooner or later, we all have dark times, and God doesn't ask us to doesn't ask us to carry a burden that we can't handle. And look, you got a lot of support out there. You got a gym full of kids over at Angel Square. You got friends from one end of this town to the other. And most important, Dylan, most important, you have Marty.
Max, what are you doing here?
I was just on my way back to the hospital. I went to the diner to get us some food, remember? Oh, while I was there, I saw Maggie. She was saying goodbye. I guess she's probably on a bus to Boston by now. Next time we see her, I guess she'll be a nun. Whatever makes her happy, right?
Right. Whatever it takes to make her happy. Sometimes that's hard to figure out.
It's not good news, is it? Still in worse?
Well, he's the same. There's no change. He really might not ever walk again.
Does he know? Did you tell him?
I tried to, but...
It's all right. It's all right. I know what this is like. I know how hard it is.
Luna.
Yeah. Listen, Marty, you gotta be strong for him. You know what, the doctors, you don't always know for sure what's gonna happen. Believe me. Because there's something inside us, something, I don't know what it is. But it is so strong. And I have seen it make miracles happen. I saw it with Luna. You just gotta believe that, and you gotta pass that hope on to Dylan. You have to believe. You both have to believe together. When Luna was in her wheelchair, for months, she started giving up hope. She stopped believing. And I had to believe for her. She didn't have faith in herself. I had faith. I had to be there. I had to be the one to push her. You have to do it together.
I don't know. I don't know if Dylan would believe me, no matter how hard I try.
Of course he does. Marty, he already believes in you. Look, I don't know if you're aware of this, but when Luna and I... Well, when she was hurt, we were going through some really bad problems, and I was very confused at the time. And I had to fight my way back into her life just to get her to let me help her. Marty, you're already there. You can get through this. If you two hang on to each other, then anything is possible.
No question, Kelly. This is the dress you want. This dress, please. Thank you. Kelly, if you were to come back as a dress, you would be this dress. And this dress, it creates and it expresses in some way beyond words, beyond conscious thought, the abiding, eternal, infinite Kelliness of Kelly.
You're right. And you'll take it?
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this is $200 more than the other dress. Doreen wanted me to buy a dress. I mean, that's why she gave me a credit card. I'll take it. And best of all, I still have a gift certificate I can use later. My day's getting better and better. Hey. And I better get back to the dress room. Vicki has been waiting for me. I haven't even picked out the right color.
I think someone should be back there.
Well, have fun and wear the dress well.
Thank you. Thanks, Tina.
Tina.
Listen, my Aunt Doreen is probably gonna...
Tina what? What? That woman's last name?
Oh, Tina Roberts.
Tina Roberts.
Why did you ask me that question?
Oh, I was curious. Tina Roberts.
You know, I learned something sitting in there listening. I learned that I have had it with you up to here, and I'm not going to tolerate your attacks on me and my children.
Children?
My children, yes, my children. My son, Joey. I am warning you, if you continue upsetting him, you will rue the day you ever wrote that piece of trash.
Are you threatening me again?
Shut up, Dorian! No, it is my turn to talk, and you're gonna listen. Not now, Tina. I'm through shopping for today. You think I'm so weak, so shattered, barely able to cope. Well, as usual, you're wrong, Dorian. You want to fight, lady? You got it. I'm ready for you anytime, anywhere.
Oh, I can hardly wait.
Good. You won't have to. Because I'm going to see to it that your little opus never finds its way into print.
Ha! Great. Call every lawyer in America. It won't do any good. I want that book published, and it will be published.
Over my dead body.
That's really, that's a very upsetting image. Because I would miss you so much.
Vicky, Nikki, Tori, Tommy, Vanessa.
Over my dead body.
One more.
Promise me first. And be careful. Andy. Good. What?
It's even harder to leave than I thought.
Mind if I hope it only gets harder?
Do you really believe we can make this work?
More than anything in the world.
Someone help! You please help us, please! Oh man, he did the whole freaking bag, man! Oh man, don't let him OC. We gotta do something. More, lady works real good too.
Right. All right. That's a good girl. Just deep breath.
Yeah.
That's it.
Nighty night, lady.
There you go. Pretty soon, all you're gonna see is total blackness.
Nighty night.
Love is a crooked thing. There is nobody wise enough to find out all that is in it.
Hey.
Andrew,
I'm glad you're here.
did you talk to Dave?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't say much. I did, and he needs right now all the love and support that you can give him. You are going to be his best hope. Okay? Is there anything I can do?
Dylan.